It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Coach LaCuva, who owns and is coaching the Goldsboro Strike Eagles. How are you doing today?
Great, Brandon, and I really appreciate you having us on podcast, and I'm looking forward to discussing Goldsboro Strike Eagles and all the great job that you're doing out there tonight.
Thank you. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to start coaching?
Well, I would say that it is something that comes with every player. At some point of your career, you think about the exit, and having played soccer to a certain level, when it got to the point where I knew that, okay, well, it's not going to happen anymore on the field. In my case, it was due to an injury, for example. I knew that, it would come that day that I would actually start, giving whatever I've gotten from other people and giving back to the sport and giving back to a community like we're doing right now, through the sport of soccer. And that's when I start preparing myself, going to coaching classes, whatnot, and the opportunity that is definitely, I took it.
How did the name come about of the Goldsboro Strike Eagles?
Very interesting. Reality, the name actually started with Goldsboro Football Club, and at the time we were just home, and when we decided to go and be a semi team and play in a renowned league, we figured we need something authentic from Goldsboro. And the idea actually came not directly from me, but from a really good guy, Goldsboro, who helped actually build this organization, and his name was Rick Sumner. He had a connection with the military through Seymour Johnson here, and he thought that it would have been just cool to name the team Goldsboro instead of Goldsboro FC. Just name it Goldsboro Strike Eagles FC. Name it, just like a plane that we have here in Seymour Johnson Air Force Base.
That's a pretty cool story. Can you talk about, of course, how you knew that you wanted to coach Semipro?
Well, I think semi-pro level is really not well served around here in Goldsboro. Between the youth and the professional level, there were not a bridge to give some of the kids the opportunity to actually showcase their talent and play at the high level. So I used to coach at the youth level, and I took a break, and then during that time, exploring and looking and thinking about what can actually happen. I thought about forming this semi-professional team, so we can give the the kids that are still having that passion to play soccer after playing youth, and giving them that platform where they can potentially develop and maybe one day play in the professional level.
Of course, can you talk about with the semi-pro team, what are some of the things that you have helped them to make it to the professional? Like, for example, to get to that level of the North Carolina Courage team that's in North Carolina.
Well, not at the level of the North Carolina Courage team. Now, first of all, what we need to actually be able to give these guys or these these young men that are coming to us is the knowledge of, you know, a professional coach team. You know, when you're talking about the level of the courage and maybe NCFT and all these other big entities, it takes a lot of a lot of financial power to get to there. We probably are trying to actually make the bridge between non-professional and those kind of team, you know, NCFC, the Charlotte MLS team. So yeah, we will, you know, try to, you know, bridge the gap and give these kids a potential or opportunity to actually get to those teams. But yeah, we will not compare to them.
Can you talk about, of course, the youth team that y'all have?
Yeah, well, that's a new thing that we just started, and it's just a continuity of uh, what a soccer man should be actually, and they start, you know, learning your way of playing, your way of conduct fitness at the young level, and then, you know, they will continue that same culture all the way going to the adult level. We started the other way around. We had an adult team first, but now we're coming all the way back to follow the normal trend where we would have a youth level that would actually embrace the same things that we are trying to do at the adult level, and, you know, and get like a uniform type thing from youth all the way to the adult. Wherever you go and you see one of our kids play, whether it's at the youth level or one of our team play at the adult level, you know that they're from Goldsboro, because it will reflect the same kind of soccer.
Who are some of the teams that you play against with the Goldsboro Strike Eagles?
Wow. And that there is several teams. Just like I was telling you earlier, we just came from the United Adult Soccer Association Regional Cup, and we played Charlton. I mean, we typically play a team from South Carolina that's called South Carolina United, for example. Really good team. We played a team that's called Tennessee. It's actually Nashville United. It's one of the, you know, one of the great teams there. In we play teams like you know, Soda City, South Carolina. We play teams like Union, you know, in Monroe. We play teams like Bragg in Fayetteville, United in Jacksonville, Lasers in Raleigh, Moros in Raleigh. There is a whole range of teams all throughout the United States that we actually played, that we are, you know, we're really proud of.
What is it like to go on the road to like teams like the Nashville team, like where you just came from, and Fort Bragg and stuff?
It is. It's always a learning curve, you know. Whether you play, whether you're playing Bragg or whether you're playing a Nashville team, what's going to transpire on the field is always going to teach you something, and it is humbling, you know, and it's really rewarding to go to a tournament like the one that we just came back from, and play as well as we did, and win, you know, some of these tough games on the road, in Tennessee, you know, whether it's in, you know, in Fayetteville against Bragg, or it's in Wilmington against Wilmington FC. It's always, like I said, you learn from the game. You take some pride of what you're doing, and you know, it's a continuous way to actually learn what the game brings, and giving back to these kids, and what they give back to you on the field, and the enthusiasm that comes after that when people at home are all cheering and social media is all buzzing because you did this great thing. So it's it's a good feeling.
What are some of your traditions that y'all have implemented for the Goldsboro Strike Eagles?
Come again?
What are some of your traditions that y'all have implemented?
Oh, traditions that we have a lot. Um, one of the main things, is, for example, uh, to before we start a game, we will have to huddle up, say a little prayer, and go 1, 2, 3, Goldsboro Eagles, and there's a lot of those little things. And after a game, we have a little talk. Um, we have several things that during practice, for example, with the new coach that we have, which is in the helm of the team, which is Coach Phil. He calls it break it down, where you have every single team member that would at least shake hands or give a face palm with COVID now or whatnot, just to form that team atmosphere. And it's great things, and we're getting them better every day, and hopefully those traditions will continue and make the teams stronger and stronger.
Can you talk about, of course, with COVID being a big factor, how has that pivoted y'all and how has that impacted y'all?
Uh, it was a huge impact. Um, I mean, you think about teams like us, we rely on sponsorships, we rely on people coming to the field and watching, and those $5 ticket that we actually sell. And with COVID, I mean, we were not allowed to actually have um, uh, anybody at the field to watch the game. The players were wearing masks to play the game. So there's no sponsors that were actually attracted with that idea of just streaming the game instead of having people come into the game and watching it. So we went the whole season without uh, a sponsor, which we don't blame them. Everybody sees the way they see as far as the business goes, and we went without no spectators because um, people were not allowed to come and watch the game. So it was just all around. You think about it, a small organization like that, those little things we actually count on to make sure that we have equipment and do trips and pay our insurances and all kind of stuff. It was all gone. So it was gone. So just think about it. But we thank God, man. We are grateful we survived it. We're still here. We're gonna make sure that it.
Of course, with no fans being allowed to be in the stadiums and stuff and at the parks, what have y'all done to get the word out there? Have y'all done more like live streams, social medias?
Yeah, and that's what we actually started doing. We would live stream games, and we have a social media guy that's genius. Ulysses is doing a fantastic job, and I know that every single game, whether it's on Twitter or on Facebook, you can have a play-by-play every single time that we're playing, and it keeps the people. I mean, it keeps the audience engaged, and the games that we're able to stream, they can watch them directly online, and that's only the way we were able to actually keep people engaged.
What are some of your future plans with the Goldsboro Strike Eagles?
Well, one of the most important things that we're trying to have, um, of course, beside the youth program, that we have a women team. Um, just like the main team, We believe that that side of the game is not served well also because um, we are trying to get more and more female to play the sport. But then right after the youth level, if they don't make it to a college team, they don't have another outlet to actually play the game. So it's not that attractive. So um, I just came out of a meeting with a group of young ladies, and I believe that they're ready to go. So pretty much what's going to happen at this point here, um, we will be the next couple of weeks, uh, doing a tryout to see if we can have enough numbers to actually field Goldsboro female soccer team.
With adding on to the Goldsboro female soccer team, along with the males teams, how do you see it improving and getting the word out more?
Well, first of all, like you said, female, male, the audience is different. All right. So you have games where maybe a certain friends of the population would like to come and watch, and then you add on to that another aspect with the female soccer, which is totally different from the male one. And then you bring more people, whether it's one or two, it's more people that would come into to the audience to actually watch. Um, Beside that, even organizationally, if you look at it, the main team can be 50. If we add another team of female of 10, it's 60 players instead of 50. So the numbers just keep growing, right? So it's going to make a huge difference because I think that the female side of soccer is actually more developed. It's more attractive. It's more of a beautiful game here in the United States than it is in the male soccer in the United States. I think that's gonna it's gonna widen our range of you know tournaments that we can go to. We can not only plan to go to the male regional United States Cup, we can go to the women. We can play in other leagues where we're not able to play it right now because it's the only women league. We can feel the women, and that will it makes the audience bigger. It gives us more exposure. It allow every branch of the population to actually have some kind of interest in the team.
Of course, with adding on to the females team, with the males teams, of course, is the females going to be first? Like, let's say there might be 4 p.m., the males might be 5 p.m. game.
That is correct, and that's what we're aiming for, and that's a plus for actually the fans. So you buying one or maybe 3-1 because at the youth level we have what we call in the under 19, which would actually be the team right below the semi-professional team. So we can actually have 3 games in one day. Um, the under 19 will come in and play. Then you have the women team that will come in and play, and then you'll have the semi-professional team that will come in and play. So in one day we can actually entertain people instead of only one time. We can do it in 3 different sections.
That's amazing. What is something that you learn now that you didn't know before coaching the semi pros?
Oh boy, there's so much that I don't even know what to go by. Anyway, um, one of the things that I would like to talk about is that uh, the game of soccer is full of it's full of emotion. Right? It's a game that it's a very passionate game, and if you love soccer, you have the passion for soccer. When a game is being played, there's a lot of emotion that you actually, at some point or another, you'll have to learn to manage. Um, I personally, that's the level that I actually learned that it's not only about fielding the team, or doing all these coaching sessions. It's also about being able to manage those emotions, and instead of letting you controlled by those emotions, you got to control those emotions and make sure that they serve you, and that you don't serve those emotions, that you use those emotions and actually channel them to be positive and not let them drive you to do negative stuff.
That's wonderful. What advice would you give somebody looking to start their own semi-pro team in their own city?
Go for it. That's only what I gotta tell them. Go for it. But it is not an easy task. It's a really difficult endeavor, and there is a lot of challenges. It's um, it's it's very, very uh, um, uh, it's very, very uh, unselfish. Um, but at the end, if you love the game of football and you like to help people, there's a lot of reward. It's nothing to be able to actually uh, have a chance to talk to you, Brendan, today, for example. And I know that would have never happened if it was only my own person, if it wasn't through that organization of Goldsboro Strike Eagles. So these things are, little things that are rewarding. It's rewarding to be able to go uh, to a place like um, 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 Tennessee, and then after a game, regional director come and tell you that was good stuff. It's a great thing to be able to just go anywhere and and see all these comments on social media saying, "Wow, what a great job." I mean, that itself is it's a lot of reward that uh, just can't put a price on.
That's so amazing. Where can my listeners find you at on social media, along with, of course, the Goldsboro Strike Eagles at?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, Goldsboro Strike Eagles Football Club. We on Instagram. We on Twitter. We actually have a YouTube channel. We probably wouldn't go on that, but whether it's on Instagram or YouTube or um, um, Facebook, if you need to have more information about us, just make sure you shoot us a message or contact me directly at Yakuba. It's Yakuba Ide at iCloud.com. It's YACOUBAIDE at iCloud.com, or just call me directly at 919-584-2998.
Thank you again, Coach Lacuva, for your interview, and best of luck in your future with the Goldsboro Strike Eagles.
Hey, Brendan, thank you for having us, and I wish you all the best going forward, and I can't wait to have that opportunity to talk to you on again.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for your interview, and best of luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Brendan.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.